Hello, everyone. I'm John Newstreet, President and CEO of the Kissimmee Osceola County Chamber of Commerce. And once again, we're here joining you through webcast for our weekly series, 15 Minutes. As a reminder, our mission statement is to be champions for business and community. And in light of that, we're always trying to bring you pertinent information and the resources you need to be successful, especially given the difficult times we see and experience now with this pandemic. So it's important to note that you are not alone. We are here for you. And today, the topic is more of an internal one of the offerings of the Chamber that we've been doing for 6 years. And so today's broadcast is brought to you by one of our fellow champions, Kissimmee Utility Authority. We thank KUA for helping sponsor and bring this content to you. And today's topic is near and dear to both them as an organization, the Chamber as an organization. It's the Chamber Business Academy. It's an offering we've had for over 6 years through our Small Business Council. And so we're going to have two guests here to talk through the current offering, maybe some of the history of the program. And we encourage you, it's not too late to participate in it. There will be one later today. It is a series. And so if we can bring up Kevin Crane. Kevin Crane is the chairman of the Small Business Council of the Kissimmee Osceola County Chamber of Commerce. Kevin's also the owner of Osceola Signs and Printing and Signs. And so great friend of the Chamber. We appreciate you, Kevin. We'll also bring up Charles Castillon. Charles is an attorney with Wiedemann Malek in Celebration, Florida. And Charles has been chair of the SBC and soon will take on the role of chairman of our Celebration Area Council starting next year. So great leaders within the Chamber doing service for not only their business, but your business. And so welcome, gentlemen, and thanks for being with us this morning.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So, Kevin, I'm going to turn to you first. If you might talk about maybe some of the offerings of the Small Business Council, the focus of the Small Business Council, and how this program fits into that.
Sure. Well, the Small Business Council, of course, adheres to the goals and vision of the Chamber overall. But our primary goal is we're advocating for business with a focus on small business and improving community, promoting the region. And everything we do is with those items in mind. As you stated, Charles has been chairman of the Small Business Council prior, two chairmen prior to me, and was the originator of the Business Academy. And he's been, it's kind of been his baby all along. So we thank him for his leadership in that role. And this year, we had to do things obviously a little different with the COVID, and we decided to take this thing virtual. And that being said, that's what we're doing.
So let me offer, as I transition over to Charles, so I've been here at the Chamber for 6.5 years. So we started this together right at the beginning of my tenure here. And the one thing that we have always done as a Chamber is provided education to our members. And we usually do it through maybe lunch and learns and in-person seminars. But they were kind of one-off. So here's this topic today, here's this topic next month. And so this academy was really geared towards, let's do something holistic as a kind of a curriculum. That's why it's an academy. So you may be an expert at making widgets, but you may not know how to market those widgets with current best practices in social media. So this academy really tries to get each of those elements in front of you so you can run a successful business, whether it be on HR, whether it be on marketing, whether it be on all these different aspects. So in light of that, we wanted to get the experts to share that information with you. And so, again, Charles has been very instrumental in this. And so, Charles, I'm going to turn to you to talk about how maybe you've helped find some of those experts and how it kind of plays into the curriculum base of the academy.
Yeah, we did launch the academy, I believe, in 2015, right around the time I started as chair of SBC and you started as CEO. And it was an inspiration I got just from attending so many events, workshops, educational events around the business community through other organizations that I belong to, a peer group that I was active in, a business owner peer group. And I got to meet a lot of really small business leaders throughout Central Florida. And I thought we needed to bring the collective wisdom and experience of the local business leaders to our academy members. And we launched it as a 5-week live series, lunch and learn series. And each of the first, each of the first 4 years, We did lunch and learn sessions, usually at the chamber office, where an expert would come in from their various disciplines, whether it be sales, marketing, leadership, organization, administration, HR, and they would just present. And we also had an opportunity to bring in some longtime chamber members and leaders of our very local community, people like Atlee Mercer, Linda Goodwin, who would come in and share their life experiences as business leaders in the community. So I think it's been a very successful run, and we're proud of what we've done at SBC. After I stepped down as chair, we had Bob Berry, and then Kevin stepped in and helped keep the program alive and successful. And this year, we were playing a wait and see approach for much of the year, hoping that things would improve, that we could go back to the usual live format. And then we just realized that it wasn't going to work. I don't think it would be responsible. So we switched to this virtual format, which launched last week. And we have the second installment of the 2020 Virtual Academy today.
So if I may oblige, gentlemen, I want to recognize both your efforts as volunteers in helping get this program started and run. And but I also want to recognize, and she's not on screen, maybe we pull her up. I don't think she's going to like that. Christina Pilkington. Christina's Director of Administration at the Chamber. And so she also has been instrumental, I think, in carrying this program forward and helping you gentlemen get it done. So just a loud shout out to Christina as well.
Christina has been instrumental, and she doesn't want a lot of credit or seek a lot of credit to spotlight, but she makes things go, and we're very grateful for Christina.
Yes, sir. So let's talk about as much as we try to get you bigger bang for your buck, and I'm proud of your efforts. I'm proud of everything we do and bring to our members, and we want to do more. But this academy does have some overhead. And so can we just talk about the fees and how we've tried to always align that with making it accessible to our members? So Kevin or Charles, whoever wants to answer kind of the fees, and then we'll talk about the remaining calendar of this current academy.
Sure. So this year's academy, we offered two ways to cover the fees. One is $50 for the entire program. That covers 5 weeks, various topics. And that was for chamber members. Non-chamber members are $75, so it does save you a few bucks to be a chamber member. We also offer per session. So if you have a particular interest, like in today's session with marketing, you can pay for just the one. It's $20 for chamber members and $25 for non-members. The beauty part about it is we are recording these. So if you wanted to jump in and pay for the entire session, but you missed last week's, our first one, we are recording them, so we can still pass those along to anybody who's interested in the full course.
Outstanding. And Charles, can you maybe highlight the rest of the program? So what we talked about last week, what we'll talk about today at noon, and then what we'll talk about in the next 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think last week we kicked off with my good friend Eric Schulman, who is a sales instructor. He has been a franchise owner of the Sandler sales program for over 20 years. And I've known Eric for quite some time, and he brought a very fresh and very honest approach to sales, which is extremely effective. And he's helped people from all kinds of businesses improve their sales for many years. And he offered some tips on prospecting through the pandemic and how to adjust and adapt during these challenging times. And again, that is archived for anybody who wants to sign up now. You'll have access to that. Today, we have Christine Zwick from Reach, a marketing company, a longtime chamber member. And she's talking primarily on social media marketing, which if you're not in the game, in social media, you're just not going to succeed in business. That's just the way it is these days. And I'm sure she's going to bring great content to the program. Next week, the 21st, we have another good friend of mine, Ray Watson, who has been a serial entrepreneur, has built and sold many businesses over the years. And over the last decade or so, he's been in semi-retirement mode, primarily as a business coach and running business owner peer groups, where business owners get together and help each other solve their problems. And Ray likes to say, all business, about 20% of all businesses, or 80% of all businesses are the same, and the other 20% is whatever your particular product or service is. So there's no such thing as a new business problem. And by the way, we want to thank our sponsors. We did shout out to KUA for today's sponsorship. Last week we had Old Town, local tourist attraction, very close to my office in Celebration, sponsored the first event. So thank you to Old Town. So Ray Watson next week is going to be talking about ownership thinking, and he's presented and written on this topic, which is the concept of creating a business culture that any business can achieve, where your rank and file, your team members act and think like owners in the business, like they're vested in the business and not simply there to collect a check, and to achieve a higher level of commitment that collectively can help all businesses achieve greater success. And I've seen that presentation before, and I can tell you it's dynamite content that any small business owner can take back and start to instill in their business. Then on the 28th, we have Brian Nagel from Real-Time PEO, HR payroll services company that is also a chamber member. And he's going to be talking about human resources and payroll issues, in particular with the challenges that businesses are having in 2020 and all the issues that they're encountering. And then batting cleanup to finish the program will be a gentleman named John King on November 4th. And we might all be a little bit groggy because it's the day after the election. I think we're going to be up late, but get your coffee and show up to this one, because it's a dynamite topic. We've had this topic of traction. There's a wonderful business book that I relied on over the years when I ran my own firm, called Traction by Gino Wickman. And there's a concept described in the book. The core principle of the book is the Entrepreneurial Operating System, EOS. And John King is a certified EOS implementer and trainer. And what he does is he works with businesses to teach them how to use that model to run their businesses, the Entrepreneurial Operating System. And he's going to give an overview of EOS, which can be applied to any business, and it really works. And I've seen many businesses succeed with the EOS program. So I think it's a great lineup. And unfortunately, you lose a little bit when you don't have that live format. You don't have the networking. You don't have that personal touch. But you know what? We've all had to adapt and deal with it. And the content will still be top shelf, high quality content. So I hope we can sign up some more registrations to get people the education that they will appreciate and use in their businesses.
Outstanding, Charles. Thank you. I agree. Missing the in-person. The nice thing about this academy is you really do strengthen your relationships, because you go through 5 weeks together, and so it's not as ideal on the virtual platform, but the education is there. These are experts in their craft, and it is a holistic approach. So I think it's great. I appreciate your rundown of the current curriculum. We're fast approaching the 15 minutes. It does go quick. So I don't know if there's any questions in there, because I'm just not able to get into that section. So, and we're also pushing time. So if there is a question, Christina, maybe post it as you do on the screen. But in lieu of seeing something pop up, I'll turn it back over to Charles and Kevin for closing remarks. I'll start with you, Charles.
Well, it's been a great run for me serving on the SBC board. I think we've achieved a lot together, Chamber, the small business community, and let's just finish strong. And then we'll hopefully forget 2020 and move on and do greater things next year and beyond.
Absolutely. I see something pop up there. So Kevin, I'll have you address that, and then with your closing remarks when we after it's addressed, if you could.
Okay. Well, today we do have the social media marketing at noon, so you can sign up for that. I just wanted to thank again our sponsor for the Business Academy, Old Town. At the beginning of the year, when we started planning this, we were looking for a place to hold the event when we were doing things live, and Old Town was willing and able to host us out there at their venue. When we had to go virtual, they agreed that they would continue to sponsor our academy. So a huge thanks again to Old Town Entertainment District for that. The interesting thing is when you're starting a new business, it's always good to be able to get additional information. You need a customer to be in business. You need a product or service to be in business. You get those two things, that's great. But there's a lot of other stuff comes into running a business. The Chamber Business Academy was put forth to help new and existing businesses learn more information on the administration side of things to help them become more successful, grow their businesses, and be better partners for us in our community. So that's the genesis behind the Chamber Business Academy. And I hope you'll sign up and join us virtually.
So I appreciate you once again, gentlemen. We are at the 15 minutes. So in closing, I will also encourage the audience to sign up for today and the remainder of the academy. It's well worth the money and the time invested. And so we're proud to bring this program to you. I thank these gentlemen for leading the effort and doing so. And as we've been offering thanks, I once again want to give a shout out to Kissimmee Utility Authority for supporting the Chamber and especially on bringing this webcast to you today. Please stay safe, and we are here for you. You're not alone because we are champions for business and community. So thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.